Welcome back, focused learners. I'm absolutely thrilled you're joining us for today's explainer. Now, if you've been feeling, kind of stuck lately, if you're navigating life setbacks, uncertainty, or just dealing with the sheer, utter exhaustion of waiting for a breakthrough, well, you are exactly where you need to be. Today, we're taking a truly fascinating journey into ancient spiritual philosophies, specifically looking at the teachings of Lord Krishna to completely reframe how we view our current struggles. We're going to look closely at the actual mechanics of destiny. And I promise you, by the time we wrap up this explainer, you're going to see your challenges through an entirely new, incredibly empowering lens. Let's jump right in. Why is success delayed when you're trying so hard? It's a really painful question, isn't it? And I want to speak directly to that pain for just a second. You put in the hours, you do all the right things, you treat people well, and yet the doors just aren't opening. It is completely normal to feel isolated in that frustration. Honestly, it feels like everyone else is cruising forward and you're just stuck at a red light that simply refuses to turn green. You start to wonder, have I been forgotten? Is all this effort for absolutely nothing? But here is where we hit a massive paradigm shift. There's this profound promise from Lord Krishna. "मैं देर करता हूँ, अंधेर नहीं करता." In English, this translates so beautifully to, I delay, but never forsake. Just let that sink in for a moment. This teaching assures us that divine delay has a profound, highly specific purpose. It's a metaphor for divine timing. When things aren't happening on your schedule, it is never a sign of abandonment. It simply means the timing isn't right quite yet, and there is some serious work still happening behind the scenes.
Section 1. Purpose in the waiting. You see, life's delays and hardships, they aren't wasted time. They're actually intense, highly productive periods of preparation. Think about a seed. Did you know some ancient lotus seeds have literally sprouted after lying dormant in the dirt for over 1,000 years? Before any seed can become a towering, magnificent tree, it has to be buried. It has to endure absolute darkness and the crushing pressure of the soil. If you dig it up prematurely just because you're impatient, well, it dies. The pressure you're feeling right now in your life, that stress, that endless waiting, the uncertainty, that is your soil. It's the exact environment required to build the inner resilience and the strength you're going to need to handle the destined blessings coming your way. Your hardship is literally refining your character so you don't falter when your time finally comes. Okay, let's dive into this next part, Section 2, the mechanics of karma. So, according to these teachings, karma and destiny are deeply interconnected. It's almost like a math of destiny, if you will. We can categorize our actions into 3 distinct buckets. First, we have prarabdha karma. Think of this as the fixed past. Actually, to be more precise, it's the specific portion of your past actions whose results you're experiencing right now, today. Then we have sanchita karma. This is your accumulated karma, like this vast vault of past actions stored up and just waiting to manifest in the future. And finally, we have kriyamana karma. These are present, ongoing actions. Having this framework gives us a really tangible, structured way to understand exactly what we're experiencing at any given moment.
Let's compare the unchangeable past with the changeable present. The teachings emphasize that your past karma, your prarabdha karma, is totally fixed and unavoidable. You can't change the hand you were dealt today, right? Because it's based entirely on past actions. But, and this is the truly liberating part, you hold ultimate, absolute power over your present actions, your kriyamana karma. Your sincere effort, your attitude right now, this is where your true power lies. You actively influence your future outcomes by what you choose to do today. And that logic leads directly to one of the most famous teachings in spiritual history. Your right is only to perform action, not to the fruits thereof. This right here is the ultimate guide to your present, ongoing actions. If you're struggling with uncertainty, your job is to focus entirely on sincere, righteous effort. You put in the work, you act ethically, and you completely surrender the timing of those results to the divine. When you detach from needing that immediate result, you essentially eliminate the anxiety of waiting. Moving on to Section 3, the reality of true companionship. When we hit rock bottom, or when success is significantly delayed, we so often look around and realize the people we thought would be there just aren't. The source material acknowledges a pretty harsh but necessary truth here. Worldly relationships are often temporary and highly conditional. That's exactly why setbacks make us feel so incredibly isolated. But true companionship, that comes only from the divine and your own karma. When you finally accept the impermanence of worldly bonds, it actually brings immense liberation. You stop being disappointed by human flaws and the constant need for external validation. Instead, you find this deep, abiding inner peace by placing your trust in the divine presence and your own righteous actions. Ultimately, your karma is your truest friend. And history is just absolutely full of examples of this. The scriptures give us legendary figures like Arjuna, who faced an impossible moral and physical battle, or Gajendra, Prahlad, and Mirabai. Every single one of these figures endured immense, seemingly insurmountable adversity. But here's the thing. They didn't rely on conditional worldly support. They relied on unwavering faith and divine companionship. They proved that the divine is always with those who patiently persevere through the storm. Section 4, focus on present action. So, how do we actively reclaim control over our situation? Well, we need a concrete step-by-step mindset shift to navigate our way out of despair. Now, what's really interesting about this concept is how practical it is. Step 1, accept the delay as preparation. Stop fighting the wait. Realize you are that seed in the dark soil. Step 2, surrender the result to God. Just take that incredibly heavy backpack of expectations off your shoulders. And step 3, perform righteous present action. Focus completely on what is right in front of you today. Do it well, do it ethically, and do it with purpose. And why can you safely surrender that result? Because of this profound assurance right here. I protect and provide for my devotees, carrying their welfare and burdens. That is the divine promise. It reassures us that when we focus on our duty, when we zero in on righteous action and let go of the anxiety, the divine actively steps in to carry the weight of our burdens for us. Listen, you are not meant to carry the weight of the universe. You are only meant to carry out your present action. Section 5, embracing your unique journey. As we near the end of our explainer, we really have to address the ultimate thief of joy, comparison. You've got to stop comparing your timeline to others. External validation only breeds dissatisfaction, simply because everyone's karmic blueprint is entirely different. Instead, keep this in mind. Patience is the hallmark of greatness. Spiritual maturity and true greatness, they are not born from overnight success. Not at all. They are born directly from the patience you are being forced to practice right at this very moment. Patience isn't some passive waiting room. It's an active training ground. The universe is literally training you for greatness. So, the crucial point is this practical toolkit you can take with you right now. Number 1, embrace waiting as preparation, not a punishment. Number 2, avoid those unhealthy comparisons. Remember, your journey is uniquely yours. Number 3, act righteously in the present moment. And number 4, trust divine timing. Have faith that the delay has a distinct purpose and that you are never, ever forsaken. I want to leave you with one final, really important thought. If your current struggle is exactly what you need to handle your future blessing, how are you going to act today? Will you complain about the dark soil, or will you use that pressure to grow your roots deeper? The choice is entirely yours, and your present actions start right now. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning, keep growing, and I'll catch you next time.